Yes, Duane, this real child experience is that of Jenny, and in a nutshell, she was the real side and working towards the egg center there in the Congo, and uh, realized that there was a commotion around the egg center, and upon asking, was told that Harold Clem had translated. So she wanted to go closer to actually go into the center to see whether this, to verify this information, whether it was true. But then to gain access to the egg compound there, you needed to have a stamp on your hand. So she declined to be stamped, so she didn't go in. She just turned back. That's her experience. Don't know whether you have something to say about this.
I don't know if everybody heard that, but because Charles is a little bit low, but one of the people there, Jenny, had an experience about going to the one of the Ek temples in Africa, and she heard about the commotion. There was some commotion, and that Harold had translated, and that she would be able to go into the temple, but she needed a stamp for her hand. Like many times when you're going to nightclubs or something, you get a stamp on your hand, which really would be a tap line. In other words, unless you're tap lined with us, you can't get in. So she denied that. So, uh, well, this will be interesting. So, I would say that, yeah, Harold's already been dead for who knows how long, but now it's becoming official. This is very interesting. This becomes rather humorous because now, Joni's going to be dragging around a dead body for a while. Of course, Harold's already dead. He just looks alive, but she's got tricks up her sleeve. So we'll see what Joni does here. I remember when Darwin translated on the real side, and it took about oh 2.5, 3 years to manifest in the physical side. So I was in Mexico, and he came to me in '05, and I saw him, translate. So we'll see. So again, it's just this is part of the adventure here with what's going on. Yes, thank you, Charles. Forgive me for going so long before, but just to really get an understanding here, it takes a lot. And I know that the world draws us constantly and mainly unconscious. So it's really you have to really decide. It's not the surface stuff so much, and it's not even the real side experiences. People are waiting for that, but really take the time to look through yourself and what's really going on with this world. And yes, while you're doing what you're doing, you've got to juggle a lot of things. But if you don't decide to do that, it's kind of like a person that's working and going to night school at the same time to better their life. You decide that. And so I constantly look at things every which way I can and listen to others and their experiences, etc. Yeah, it becomes the more so position. You decide. I don't take any of it for granted. And so, yes, thank you so much. So, this is part of the adventure, and it doesn't matter if Harry's here or translated or whatever, because again, it's what everybody's promoting. That's the big deal. And so, again, it's choice. Everybody's making the choice. The members want to follow Joni. It's really Joni, and Harold is just the marketing ploy of Joni. That's all he is. And if people want to wake up to that, fine. If they don't, fine. It's their choice.
Uh, Jenny's experience is uh, this one concerns her physical life. Uh, she's been in the corporation for about 23, 24 years, and the husband about 30, who died about, who translated about 3 years ago, and said nothing was going in a, moving fine in a Kanka before they left. Life became so difficult, everything so. In fact, there was a gridlock there in their lives, and they decided to leave a Kanka, and for some time sought the company of Christianity. They had not yet discovered the new song, and her elder son is stuck now in Christianity. A second, the younger son was doing the new song for some time. It now has become a bit reticent, not doing it again. And in fact, the one she really desires a turnaround in their lives. And with the son so much into Christianity, uh, she wants to know whether there is some way that can have some help to turn the family around, because it is in shambles, especially with her sons the other way, and she's this way with the new presentation. So is there no way, is there some help that can be extended in that direction? She wants to know.
Okay, this is where, I understand the help part. Okay, yeah, we all need help here physically, but we each have to go through what we do. We create something. This is where, again, I suggest, create projects, get involved with the projects. The end result is that through this, just like the world system that we have to deal with, we become self-sufficient. We create, you might say, our own businesses because we're here in the physical. We'll just use that idea. The new presentation is a business. I've created certain things along the lines, and there will be more things, but these are big projects, and you need
Yeah,
agreement.
let me not cut you short. She
Yeah,
actually,
go ahead.
help that she actually is talking about is, it will sound a little funny, but she wants,
Was that on the
she wants
real side she's talking about, or you said her life was in shambles? So I'm just go ahead. Yeah.
in relation to this Christianity, the son being with her two sons in the way of Christianity, and she's this way. So whether they can actually uh, be on the same path, in the same boat. So she wants help in that direction first. Then, well, as the physical life is in shambles, and what you are saying, she just wanted to add this so that you should have a full picture of the health.
Here's the idea, Charles. Again, um, people are thinking in the same way. This is where you come in. Okay, I can't talk to everybody, but this is where you come in, and that is that once people really understand the isness, it's already a given, and so you go about figuring out how to do this for yourself, if it's physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever it is, or through your real awareness. So we've provided what we have. The real guidance is already there, but you need to go through the steps also. You need to realize you have to go through a process to recognize. It's a recognition. So again, yes, when we ask for help, what's the old idea? And yes, we do that. Okay? Yes, we do that. But we're expecting it to be done for us many times when, yes, I ask for guidance too for certain things, all right? But mainly I already know what to do. In other words, I just do it and I need to do something to get agreement. So, but if it's personal, then it's something that I have to recognize myself. It's that recognition. If it's something in the business world or the outside world, then I do it myself or I get others to agree to where we all do it. It just depends. So again, this is what's cool about the isness, but because we're in creation here, we have to deal with creation and we have to deal with other creations. So that's already a given. But again, many times people use the God idea. They expect, okay, well, if I ask for help, I'm supposed to get help. Well, if you don't recognize what's already available, it may take you years to recognize the simplest things. So it's not that something can just be handed. Actually, help. I'm all over the world with what I've done, with what I've written, with what I've said. I mean, look at Harry and everybody else out there. They're just giving fluff, and you never see them. You cannot contact them at all. And everything that they're putting out in the world is baloney. That's why, again, going back to your previous question, where we're pushing everything out there, we're constantly pushing it out there. It's available to everybody. She's already got the help. All she has to do is wake up to it and see it because it's right in front of her and you're there, etc. It's all there. And so it's just simply making the choice. This is where, again, the God idea prevails here. In other words, people are unconsciously thinking that someone else is going to make the choice for them. Even though they're asking for help, they're still unconsciously accepting that others are going to make the choice for them. When they've got to see through their entire being that, hey, I got to make the choice. I have to decide or it's not going to come to be. For the most part, because of how we've been taught, this is the hardest part for me to present. And the same with Paul, is that people look to the so-called magic ideas of creation, just like they're waiting for Jesus to come and do miracles. To be done for you. Oh, this miracle and that miracle, fix the world, fix my kid. He took a shot and, now he's sick and he has autism. Whatever it is, okay? So again, everything is really a wake up, but yes, we have to deal with it, but we have to pay attention too. And so like never before, I've put so much out there. I'm way over defined. Okay? I've given too much to the world. The world can't handle it. Actually, it becomes annoyed by what I'm doing. All right? But I see that we only have so much time. And that's why I constantly do it. But it's all available, Charles. Everything that you can consider, I've done it. I'm doing it, or it's on the real side. Everything is available. The individualist simply has to wake up and recognize it. It's a recognition now. It's not. It's not just from a begging position. When Darwin came to me in 2005, when he crawled along and he came to me and he put his arm on my shoulder, he says, "I need help." I said, "Well, he didn't see it either. He didn't see that I'd already presented everything I could to him. But you know what? He made the choice. It's a choice. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how scary it is. It's do or die. The thing being is that wake up, figure this out because it's right there in front of you. You got to take the risk. And so, yeah, the help is there. It's all there. And just like Miriam's, son had the experience, it's there. But you got to recognize it. You got to take the time because, again, that little personal self that we've created is just way too important, isn't it? Well, you get what you pay for. So the thing is, you get what you decide. Can't decide for people. I would say that what's being presented here is wonderful. That's why, I've named it such, which seems radical, and people are bothered by Duane, the great writer. Well, the thing is that that refers to what I'm presenting. It doesn't refer to me. It's just a label that I use that references the isness life is. It's not about me. None of this is about me. I'm just the presenter. There is no me. There's the is. Everything is this isness. And as we focus on this isness and we stand real with each other and we step up and do something real instead of just funny stories and foo-foo this and that, well, then we become self-sufficient and we support each other. So I would say this person, let them step up, you see, and be real and make sense of things instead of being in the begging mode. Doesn't work. So I can only say so much because it's a choice. It's that individual choice. It's very important. You know, when the boys, just like Miriam's son's experience. Okay, so what is the demonstration? All right, the cowboy and Indian days, all right, in a bar like the saloon or whatever, okay? Really, that's really the physical realm. It's a bar, it's a saloon. It's really what it is. And so the boys are there, okay? It's a confirmation. And then I appear, okay? Because he had this idea, how can some surfer, you know, recognize this or whatever? What is the qualifications for someone to recognize the is? Well, I don't know. He had that in his own mind because he's a student in, you know, a university, so I'll guess it's literal. So he's got this literal idea that, oh, you've got to be such and such, you know, like Harry on stage with a suit and have the big temple at corporation. Well, that's a spiritual master. Whatever the idea is, okay? Fine. So it was all demonstrated to him, but he still makes the choice, doesn't he? Still makes the choice. And so he sees this tablets on the head, on my head or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, what does this mean? Again, it's all demonstrated. It's all there. It's right in front of him. But he needs to take the time to recognize it. Each person does, Charles. This is the best it's ever been for this world. But the world has to step up to recognize it and to take part honorably, honestly, and realistically, you see. We're not political. We're not religious. We're not spiritual. We're real.